Good evening. Good evening. I don't know why I'm always having these issues with the lives on YouTube, but I try to do a pre-recorded live prior, all set up, and then when I came time for the scheduled date, everything went left. But anyhow, good evening, happy weekend. Hope everyone's well. It's another episode of Wine and FaceTime, and tonight I want to talk about project management. Project management is something that I definitely, didn't know a lot about until very recently. And I'm definitely going to share with you some things that are coming up for me as a result of me being more engaged with project management. But before I go into all of that, please make sure you like and subscribe to this video. Hope everyone's home, safe, doing what they got to do. Tonight, I'm having the favorite regular Douglas Moscato Red. It's always a great one, never hit and miss. Apologies, I'm late. I just hate that. I always have these difficulties, but at least I'm able to do a live stream now versus before I couldn't do a live stream at all. So anyway, this is what I'll be drinking tonight, the Moscato Red. I haven't drank any at all. Waited for 8 o'clock to get started. So although it's 8:12, I'm actually pouring my first cup now. You guys get to chime in and see that. Please make sure you are liking and subscribing to my channel and you have your post notification on when I go live so you can see everything I'm talking about. It's great to catch the replay, but it's cool to have you guys live as well. So you guys can chime in, chat, comment, kudos, all of that. So here's my first sip. As always say, we love the go. We love that. Not a desperate housewife pour, a nice little pour, a little bit more than necessary, but it's all good. Yesterday, I went out to a baby shower, saw some old friends. That was pretty cool. You guys probably saw some pictures on my social media. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably saw a lot of those pictures. But if not, that's all good too. So again, tonight I want to talk about project management. I'm working on developing a fitness app for myself. And with the fitness app, I understand that project management is going to help me along the way. Project management is something, honestly, that intimidates me just hearing it, not even knowing what it means. But in short, I'm realizing that I'm going to need project management for everything in my life, for things outside of actually creating project management, even for myself, goals and dreams and visions I want to create and do. Project management can be about that as well because you're realistically, strategically, timely creating something in a realistic way to efficiently work. And sometimes it's not overnight. You have to prioritize, organize, strategize, connect with other people, network, brand yourself, et cetera, to get what you want sometimes. Sometimes it's not an overnight sensation kind of thing. So I realized that with the vision I have for my fitness app, which I will be calling KFITNOW, I'm going to have to develop project management skill sets and, reach those areas that I'm not so comfortable with to, be better and brand myself and et cetera, et cetera. But as we go into all the tea, let's take the first sip for today. I've had this wine since earlier this afternoon, and I was like, oh, I want to sip some. Purposely didn't sip none, waiting for tonight. So that's another good thing. So been getting back on task. I want to create this fitness app for various reasons. I always feel that, because of this pandemic, a lot of us are mentally feeling different about socializing, going to gyms, restaurants, et cetera, et cetera. So why not create a fitness app where I can reach a huge audience in different states, tri-state area. I don't have to physically be with people all the time to work out. And I can, reach people for a reasonable price and support them and help them and probably take them on, as far as a membership, even outside of the app, for what I'm doing. The goal for this would be, of course, to get more people to work with and not have to spread myself so thin. So I'll be able to work out with people on an app. I'll be able to work out virtually as I'm already doing. I'll probably be able to work out in the physical gyms, but I wouldn't necessarily be everywhere. Good evening, Mr. Negron. Thank you for chiming in. I wouldn't necessarily have to worry about being in Brooklyn to see a client at 12 and going to the Bronx to see a client at 2 and heading to Jersey to see a client at 4. I can reach all of those clients at one time via the app where there'll be personal trainings for me, one-on-one training, stretching, cardio, calisthenics, diet plans, meal plans, grocery lists, shopping lists, ingredients, what to get, what not to get, avoids, tips and tricks, actual meals of things I created, things of that nature, and that would help me, reach more people at the same time without having to be all over the place. And, every county, every city, every state has their own mandates and rules about what you can and cannot do. So again, that helps me as far as, having to have a COVID card, not being able to be a part of some event because of, vaccinations. I will work with clients who may not be vaccinated. I can't discriminate against that. So I have to control all of those things. So the fitness app works for me in that way because, I'll be able to reach a larger crowd and won't have to worry about the mandates and the pressure and the restrictions and spreading myself thinner than I would necessarily need to. So with all of that said, I am working with a group of women and we're on a conference called Leading Within, Power of Your Story. And it transitioned into more than just power of your story, but, about your business, what you created, why you're creating it, how you did the process, who you work with, did you do it on your own, et cetera, et cetera. So for me, working with an app, of course, I'm going to have to network with someone to do the technical logistics of the things I can't do for the physical app, such as the creative design, the outlook, the layout. Yes, I can learn how to do that on my own, but there are people who do these types of jobs on Fiverr and on Instagram and social media, and, you pay them to give you something you want. So a lot of people do that for their websites. When you create websites, they do it when someone's, streaming sometimes and they don't know how to. They get someone who's more techie to just do the back end things and explain to the person how to start it, how to work it. So I'm in the initial phase of, my platform and my business, for the KFITNOW. I'm initially in the phase where, the various people about, everything I want, what I want it to look like, what I want it to do. But it hasn't been created physically. I don't have a dummy app yet. I don't have, programs actually working with daily. But I do have a computer program on my MacBook called Xcode, which I saw on YouTube, which we're on YouTube. And I saw some software developers saying pretty much, it's really easy to create your own app without using the outsource like Fiverr. And they actually teach you how to do everything from the back end, from, how to create the design, the layout, the content, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I would have to be patient and still actually learn this process to get it right. So, I would know what to do. So in, so many words, I'm going to have to learn both sides of it, the tech side as well as the brand side, as well as, be a user of the app to understand all the technicalities I may have, glitches, kinks, and stuff like that. But overall, I think it'll be a great success. I say all that to say that, eventually you guys will be seeing various posts from me on my social media, my website, asking for support and stakeholders, people who believe in my dream, my vision, who want to work out with me, who want to be on a platform with me if anything I'm doing, or people that, just like what I'm doing and want to support. You don't have to be a person that wants to work out. You don't have to be a person that wants to lose weight or create a diet plan or diet meal. If you like me and my vision and my progress and my journey, my transformation, what I'm trying to do, and who I am as an individual and entrepreneur, this will be the time for you to say, I would like to be a part of what you're doing. All I'm asking is for 5 stakeholders to represent me and support me on this platform where you'll just pretty much show up to a date and time stream, and you'll hear me present my vision for my fitness app, and you'll hear me talk about the purposes, who, what, where, when, why, how, and I'm pretty much just asking for support, So I just need 5 people to just say that they support me. Again, it's not about me asking 5 people for money. It's not about me asking 5 people to reshare my story or my posts or my blogs. It's nothing about that. It's about me continuing to build and brand myself as KFITNOW in the business as an entrepreneur and learning the various things I'm going to have to learn as a business person, because everyone should know their business inside and out. The same way I know my yoga suits and my headbands and my wristbands and any other product or service I'm providing to the general public. And what better way to know that than learn the behind the scenes, the technicalities, the glitches, all kind of, everything from A to Z. So that's something I'm working on. I haven't been very vocal about it because people are dream chasers and dream stealers nowadays, and people are quick to probably tell you what you should do. It's already out, what's not going to work for you, and to give it up and be creative. So I'm being as creative as possible with the creation of this app, but I'm definitely hoping to see it this year if possible, or next. But again, I'm in an adjacent phase. I'm actually in the process of what I want it to look like, what I want the app to do, and to be transparent with you guys, who my followers, I expect this app to be able to be customized to the color schemes that a user may want to have. I want this app to be able to, have consultations of me, to have one-on-ones with FaceTime and personal phone calls. I want this app to provide diet plans and meals and grocery lists and shopping lists and, things to look out for if you're trying to lose weight or gain weight or add muscle. I want it to be a private chat. I want it to be a group chat there as well. I want you guys to be able to add music to the app and work out with me. want you guys to be able to see me do the various workouts, the stretching, the modified workouts, the strength training workouts, the calisthenics training workouts, the modified assisted, workouts, the creative ways to work out, how to work out at home, how to work out in the office, how to begin. I want to put all of that into this app and more, and be able to, reach as many people as possible, to make it make sense, and, continue to grow and build my business. So with that, I feel like I need another sip now. So going further on, I've done a few presentations with Sharon Parker, who is, leading this Project Managed conference, leading within. You probably seen pictures of me in black and white, look more cartoonish, and those were presentation pictures of me when I was involved in her project last year, telling who I was as an individual and why I'm into fitness. Now I'm into fitness and been into fitness, but now talking about the creations and how I'm extending my business in different areas. So that's the difference between last year and this year. And Sharon's been extremely helpful. Sharon Parker can be found on Instagram as Sharon Leading Within. You can find her on my followers list as well. And I'm really excited about this because I'm realizing that, again, project management is not always about creating something. It can be how you pay your bills. It could be how you shop. It could be, all kind of things, because the process and the steps and the keys, are all, on paper, boom, 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 boom. So it can be cross-culturally, or not cross-culturally, but, it can cross different lanes in different aspects depending on what you want to do. And again, honestly, for me, project management initially was something that sounded like a really big, long, chunky, scientific, smart word that I had no comprehension of or would want to give any time of day to even discuss or talk about. But that's just me when I'm just being short patience, not mannered sometimes, or just letting myself be overwhelmed. But now that I'm actually in the thick of it, I can just see how project management and personal development is going to help me overall in anything I do, period, point blank. And that's important. That's, something that we have to work on. We're never perfect. We're always going to make mistakes. Sometimes we have to try things a lot of times to get it right. And sometimes, not for nothing, you don't know what you don't know. And for me, this is just something I just didn't really know, or I knew it, but didn't know it was called project management. But for me, again, I'm excited about the journey, where I'm going, where I've been, what I'm doing, new connections, new people I'm working with, networking with who want to share me on their platforms, such as Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron. I'll be doing a live interview with him on StreamYard in a week or two, and we'll be discussing me as a YouTube channel person and talking about the purpose of my YouTube channel, why I started, what's going on with my channel, what's the purpose, what are my playlists about, why do I do it, et cetera, et cetera. So again, if you got to follow me on social media, you probably saw a post I dropped today, and I'm tagging Jose Negron in the post. His name is CutieNY, I believe, on Instagram. And I'm getting these great opportunities to network with people and build their brand and network and connect, which is great because we don't know everything, which is why we work with other people to get better and stronger. So that's great. That's coming up for me, as well as the Leading Within conference, where I'll be discussing the vision and creation of the We Fitness app, which is not out, that I don't talk much about on Instagram or Facebook. Like I said, people are dream chasers and stealers, but that's up next for me as well. And then excuse me, just continuing to build and brand. Um, I'm kind of nervous, excited, for the journey, the process, what I'm learning, what I didn't know. Sometimes there's a lot of women in conference with us, and everyone whether it's her product or her service, but everyone's in a different stage of the journey as far as what they're producing, where they are. But I'm the only one in the initial creation phase. So I'm a little bit nerve-wracked because, I have a lot of, not room for error, but I still have a lot to work on to finalize, to say how I want it, when I want it, how I want it, and it can be nerve-wracking because you want everything to be right all the time. You don't want anything to go wrong. You want everything to be perfect the first time around. You want to go back and have to keep editing and perfecting and tweaking things. So it can be a little bit much for me sometimes, but at the end of the day, I'm a big girl now. I'm becoming a big girl panties on more often, and that's what you got to do when to grow and build and brand, right? So that's just pretty much what that is. So I really appreciate, everyone always showing up for me, especially Susan Satin and Uncommon Sense for Jose in the room, because I'm really learning with this lifestyle. The more people that you support, they'll support you right back. And, if you're listening to everyone who has a channel where you can learn something, you'll keep getting jewels, you'll keep getting diamonds, you'll keep getting hearts, etc., etc., etc. I learn from everyone around me, people who I follow on Instagram, YouTube, all social media platforms. I'm assuming they learn something from me as well, which is why we're connected, because we all see something that reminds us of ourselves or reminds us of something that we can understand or relate to, or we want to even more. So I enjoyed this video with you guys tonight. I really appreciate you guys chiming in and popping in for a comment just to say, hey, I'm there. Although I was late, you guys were there with me. So that's really what's up. Definitely appreciate it 1,000 times over. I'm definitely cutting this live now because I'm supposed to start the live at 8:30 on Instagram. And I have about 3 minutes for that to happen. So to wrap this all up, you guys will be seeing more from me. I'll be on a conference regarding leading within, telling my story, dealing with project management. I'm creating a fitness app that I want to, be able to finalize by this year. And with that app, I want to reach a larger audience of people who have different, health and wellness needs. And I want to respect people's feelings about, social distancing and gathering, despite what the CDC is saying about what we should and shouldn't do. And I want to just be able to grow my brand and build myself and be better and keep learning from people like Jose on comments and Jose Negron, as well as Susan Satin, who has a beautiful page and shows so much intricate information about her soaps, her bars, her creams, her lotions, all the great things she makes. I met her at a vending opportunity in Brooklyn, New York, with an artist named Voodoo Faye. And I was right next to her as a vendor by her table, and I bought something from her that day, and we've been like, vibing ever since. I haven't seen her in person since, but we've been vibing on social media. I try to share her things when I see she's on. I try to always tag her in things I'm doing regarding wine and FaceTime. I mean, that's how it goes. Each one, reach one, teach one, each one, whatever the case is. We all connect when we see we're on the same wavelength, doing the same things, trying to be productive and motivated and consistent on the journey as far as what we're trying to accomplish. So that's it. That's all for me. As I always say, thank you guys for joining me on Wine and FaceTime here on YouTube. Please be sure to head to Instagram for 8:30. Same content, same topic. Wine and FaceTime, talking about the same thing, project management, what's coming up for me, what's going on, and hearing more. So please feel free to DM me any questions, concerns, comments about topics for Wine and FaceTime if you feel you want to. And if you don't, you want to just show up and pop out and pull up. I'm really grateful for all that too. And I'm not going to discourage you to not do that, because I like when I see the numbers, not just zero, but it's 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, and there's thumbs and hearts and all that good stuff. So again, please make sure you like and subscribe to my page. Thank you so very much for always rocking out with me and vibing out and being consistent with me, even when I'm late. You guys always show up. Thank you so much. Please know though, if you're ever on the live stream waiting for me, I'll always update my Instagram or my Facebook and say I'm running late, whatever the case is. So I'll never leave anyone hanging. I'll always make some kind of last minute post, whether it's a story post or a board post, just let people know what's going on. But again, it's going to always be Saturdays. I'm realizing that the more I'm late to the live streams is working out better when I'm pushing the time frame back. So from 7 to 7:30 to 8. So I guess if I'm consistently late, I'll keep pushing it back. But I want to definitely link into this 8 o'clock session. But again, if you're definitely watching, please be sure to also catch me out with the live interview I'm going to be doing with Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron. We'll be going live in a few weeks, talking about the purpose and the content of my YouTube channel. Super hype and excited for that. I know Mr. Negron for a while. We are local union members, and he definitely helps me. I help him, and we're in a few different circles together outside of this platform. So it's great to be able to physically know someone in the flesh, for real, and know they're not a ghost or a robot or a scam or anything like that. Know they're a real person, and where to find them and all that if necessary. But thank you for all of this. Take care. Have a good evening. Please like and subscribe. Talk to you later. Have a great evening.